This is the introduction to right triangle trigonometry. This first slide you don't need to write down. Trigonometry is the measurement of triangles. We're going to focus today on the relationship between the sides and the angles of triangles. We're going to focus on the right triangle today. The right triangle has the side adjacent, hypotenuse, and opposite. And this slide is what I do want you to write down. We're going to focus on the 6 trigonometric functions. 6 trigonometric functions. So in order to find those 6 trigonometric functions, we want to identify our right triangle. Our right triangle has a 90-degree measure here, and then some angle theta. And we have 3 sides. We have side opposite to theta, is what we call the opposite. Side opposite the 90 degrees, which is the longest side, is called side hypotenuse. And then the angle between the theta and 90 degrees is what we call side adjacent. And we're going to use those 3 sides values to evaluate the trig functions. The way to remember the big 3 of sine, cosine, and tangent is from Sohcahtoa. Sohcahtoa, so sine, S stands for sine, O stands for opposite, and H stands for hypotenuse. So you're going to divide side opposite by side hypotenuse, and that'll be the value for the sine of that angle theta. For cosine, the way you remember it is the first letter is the C, ca, and then A stands for adjacent, and H stands for hypotenuse. The last of the big 3 trig functions is tangent. T stands for tangent, O stands for opposite, and A stands for adjacent. Again, please make sure you write down everything on this slide. It is very important that you know this information. Now, those were the big 3. The next 3 trig functions is the inverses of the big 3. So you're going to flip-flop the fractions on the left here. So if I want to find the cosecant, I look over here at the sine, and I'm going to just flip-flop the opposite and hypotenuse. So now it is hypotenuse over opposite. If I want to find the secant, I look over to the left, I'm going to flip-flop the cosine. So I'm going to flip-flop and I get hypotenuse over adjacent. The last one is your cotangent. To find your cotangent, you're going to go over to your tangent and flip-flop that. So your inverseness, now you have adjacent over opposite. So that's how you can find the 6 trigonometric functions using right triangle trigonometry.